Okay, is this record? It is. Everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It is unsuspectingly snowing. I didn't check the weather out here. And I'm going to do a little autofocus test with these two cameras. We've got this guy right here, which is the Lumix S5. And we got this guy right here, the Sony A7C. Now, on both of these cameras, I have 24mm lenses, native glass, so this is the Sony 24mm f2.8G, and on this is the Lumix 24mm f1.8 S lens. So any questions around using native glass and native mounts, not a problem. And we're gonna do a little autofocus test in a couple different scenarios. One of those being kind of the weird walk to the camera, walk back, pop in frame, out of frame, those things. Hold on. No one drives down this street. Come on. Anyways, we're gonna walk to the camera, walk back, pop into frame, out of frame, and do a little bit of that. And then I'll do a little bit of product showcase type stuff where I just do like this. I'm showing you something and see how it focuses. And then those are kind of less realistic in a way because I don't do that very often. Maybe the product showcase stuff. But then I'm gonna do a little bit of vlogging. And in that vlogging test, we will look at the IBIS too, right? So take a look. So it just, here's the thing. We all know Sony's the king of autofocus. I know for a fact that Sony's probably gonna be better than the Lumix. The question is how much, and ergonomically, are you willing to give up what I think is some inferior ergonomics on the A7C and gain something on the A or the S5? Again, both these cameras are around the same price point. I think this is $1,600 body only. This is like $1,700 or $1,800 body only at the moment. So yeah, they're comparable cameras in that respect. Also, because this lens is a 1.8, to give it a equal comparison, I will shoot it at 2.8 for all of the tests unless notified. And then also last night, before it was snowing, I did some super torture tests, probably unrealistic, of both these cameras in low light, and I will show you guys those as well. The results are probably what you expect, but a little surprising. Anyways, let's get on with it, and let's start with some autofocus tests. All right, test one, Sony A7C, 24mm f2.8. I set the exposure pretty much manually here. Let's see. Yep, manually. And we're just gonna walk to and from the camera, pop in and out, and do that. So here we go, walking backwards. Now, I'm not going to run up to the camera super crazy because, I don't know, I guess it's possible. It's just not something I normally do, but as you might expect, the Sony is amazing. Okay, popping it out of frame. Ready? Go. Hello, how you doing? What's going on? So yeah, Sony, astounding in good light, no problem whatsoever. What if I wanted to show you this? Check out this peak design thing. Now, they grabbed it. The problem with face tracking in both the Lumix and this is going to be, if my face is anywhere somewhat present in the scene, it's going to prioritize that most of the time. Now you can change the focus modes to go off autofocus, face autofocus, or whatever, but the reality is most of the time I'll be in this. So here, Sony has a really good job of figuring out like, hey, he's showing me something. Okay, so that is the Sony A7C in good light. All right, so now for the vlogging test. Let's do a little vlogging test to see how we do here. Going for a little walk. Hopefully, I need to bump this metering down. Maybe increase the shutter speed a little bit. All right, there we go. This camera's weather sealed supposedly, or to some level. But here's what the stabilization looks like as I'm walking and talking. My neighbors have cameras, they're probably watching me. It's goofy. But here, walking and talking to you guys, little vlog style, and I am watching the screen. I know it's annoying for people, but I'm watching it because I want to see and make sure everything's going okay. Talk to you guys, get real close. Hey, what's up? Autofocus on the Sony, the speed I have it set to fast and responsive. On the Lumix I have different slower settings for reasons I'll talk about. But yeah, this is a vlogging test with the A7C, walking and talking. All right, this is the Lumix S5 with the 24mm f1.8 at 2.8, so it's equivalent with what the Sony was doing. I have the settings to -1 and -1 on the autofocus settings. As you guys may or may not, there's different settings for things. Now, I'm going to do two different modes. This is just the human tracking. Right now it's locked my face, but I have to go and tap it and tell it, yes, confirm, lock on that face. That's what I want. I'll do a couple, pop it in and out of frames, and we'll see how much different it is. Ready? The box says it still has me. Let's do it again. Okay, so it says it still has me. How did it do? Let's do a couple popping in and out of frames real fast. Hey, how's it going? Pick me back up. Not the fastest thing. Are you guys noticing a lot of pulsing in the background? I know that's the big complaint, right? I mean, oh, hey, sorry, I had to go pick up my prop. And again, it doesn't have the hash marks anymore. Now I confirm my face, or whatever. Now, the interesting part is if I do a product showcase, because I tap this for tracking confirmation, will it continue? Oh, the snowflake just set off my EVF. If I showed you this, what happens here? Well, it picks it up, much slower, but it's struggling like crazy to go back to my face. Again, here. What do you guys think? You guys see this? Is it going to pick it up? Okay, so product showcase type of environment in the human detection only, not so great. Let's switch modes and talk about a different approach. Okay, welcome back. Now I've changed the focus mode to one area plus human tracking. So what that means is there's a little box in the middle, and anything in that little box is what's going to stay focused. And then there's a little bigger box outside that small one that says, okay, if what I was focusing on, that small one, leaves the frame and goes to the bigger frame, I'm going to try and keep that. And then the human part means I'm going to prioritize humans. The trick with this is keeping yourself in this box. Because as soon as I leave this little box, which I put in the center of the frame, it's going to want to leave. So real quick, I'll do a walking back and forth. And I think what might happen is I might lose the box or leave the box. I don't know. Let's see how it does. I'm outside the box now. I'm below it. But I'm inside the frame that says I should try and keep this. So I wonder if it's working. Again, here I am. Again, settings are -1, -1. I almost fell just now. And here I am walking back to the camera. How's it doing? Now this should be better for product showcase because it's got this little box for me to put stuff in. It should say, oh, that's what you want to focus on? Here, is it going to work? No, see? It's still prioritizing my face. What if I tell the camera, don't do human detect? What if I say, hey, just focus on what's here? Will it do that? Seems like it's a little slower in this one, but it's like less prone to want to lose you. Like right now, it wants to keep my face no matter what I do. And I'm like, hey, check this out. Look how amazing this is. And it's like, no, your face is amazing. If I hit the shutter button though, it goes, oh, okay, you're trying to refocus. Got it. So let's see. In general, product showcase not so great. Let's take this thing off the tripod and go for a little vlog. Alright, so just to be real quick before we go on this little vlogging walk test, the one area plus human detection is supposed to be like if you're doing a talking head piece, it's less prone to being distracted and doing the pulsing stuff that people complain about with Lumix cameras. And then for vlogging, I'm back on just human detection. And this is more prone to being distracted, but with good light, hopefully it's okay. Again, let's go for the walk. I'm at 2.8. I'm at 2.8. How's the stabilization in comparison to the A7C? This is what I'm going to look like when I have just a touch of gray going on. I guess the big question is, here is not, is the Sony better than the Lumix? I think that's pretty obvious. It's, is the better stabilization, better ergonomics, and other things like that worth it to do the Lumix S5? I know people are probably watching me. I'm so self-conscious about it, right? It was pulled in, acquires focus, looks fine. Come back, takes a second, acquires focus. Now let's dump this down to 1.8. I'm gonna have to up the shutter speed so it's not totally overexposed. We're at 1.8, and let's bring the shutter speed up a little bit. There. So now I'm at 1.8, vlogging at 1.8. And this is what this looks like. This is gonna be a long video. Hope you guys got your coffee. You ready for this? All right. So this is what vlogging looks like on the S5. Now, real quick, I already recorded, like I said, the part you're about to see last night. You're gonna see the difference in low light, and I'll just tell you guys as I put this back on the tripod that neither of these cameras were perfect, but the Sony was better. Anyways, let's go to the nighttime footage. I recorded this, like I said, last night, and let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. This was kind of a mess, but just a bunch of videos all over the place. The beginning scene was opened and recorded with the ZV-1, just so you guys wanted to know. And then again, all the shots were at 2.8, unless right now, like I noted, 1.8, just because that's the added advantage. Oh, and the night shot. I talked about this a little bit, but just to be clear, I forgot to take the camera off of 1.8 on the Lumix, so the night shot is at 1.8 on the Lumix, and the Sony's at 2.8. Advantage, disadvantage. The sensor sees more light, but it has to maintain a shallower depth of field for the Lumix. I don't know. The Lumix was at 6400 ISO the entire time, and the Sony was at 12,800 because of the loss of light. So take that for what it's worth. Also, IBIS colors. What do you guys think? This is the natural profile. I think on the Sony I have natural profile as well. Just using that. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I know this is kind of a long back and forth video, but if you actually want to see the differences, here they are in real life as you bounce it out of frame at 1.8. And you want to know, oh my gosh, why does Lumix camera suck so bad? Oh, it's proof. There it is. Right. Yeah. All right. Anyways, thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. This is stupid. See you next time. All right, so this is an autofocus test. Now, this is in human detection mode only. So it's taking the whole scene and it's trying to autofocus on it. It's super dark out, as you guys can see behind me. I'm gonna tap right there. So now it's confirmed. That's something you're supposed to do. It puts little hashes in it. And we go for a little walk. The problem with Panasonic cameras, as you guys all know, is it usually loses you when the subject gets dark, there's no contrast, and there's lights in the background. Right now I'm using my porch light to light me. But let's flip around, go for a walk in this mode, and then I'll switch modes and I'll show you guys in a second what's going on. I think we're in autofocus sensitivity -1. No, speed -1, sensitivity -2. So here, let's go for a little walk. Now see if it keeps me. The box says it has me. It's hard to tell if it still got me, it's just so dark. But I'm very dark right now. Very dark. Oh, look, there, it lost me. See, it lost me because there's light back here. There's very little on me. Now I stopped. It's picking up some light right here, but it's having a really hard time. So this is like the Panasonic autofocus system that everybody knows and sucks, right? So if I, wait a second, what's that box right there? If I do this, like I'm in focus now, okay? All right, so just a little walk. Again, it's having a hard time. There's light. Now there's a street light right here. This should have no problem. Hopefully. Okay. So this is like the Panasonic autofocus. Everyone's like, yeah, this stuff sucks. It's terrible. So let me take the same walk but backwards. And I'll switch autofocus modes and see how that does. Alright, so now I am in one area plus mode, human detection.
So it makes a much smaller box and only focuses on what's in that box. It's a priority. It's a small box, and once it leaves that box, it'll try to keep that, and then it also like prioritizes humans if that's the thing. So let's see if that's any better. Let me flip around here and backlit again. Again, the secret for me is I got to keep myself in that box. Oh, I just lost myself there while I'm walking. Let's see if it, like this right now should be killing it. This old Panasonic should die because of that thing right there. So I'm trying to keep my face, I'm struggling a little bit, in the box. Again, it's super dark out. It's pitch black. I'm at ISO 6400, f1.8, so the shallowest it can be, 1/50th of a second. Right here, I'm doing this on purpose. This is the worst case scenario. This light right here should be trying to kill this autofocus. And it is. It's doing a pretty good job. Now I'm in pitch black. And now I'm gonna start getting street light picking me up here. Here's some street light. But again, there's lights back here. This is the worst case scenario for this Panasonic in vlogging. And it's not doing great. It's not doing terrible either. So yeah, now I'm like totally black. And there's light back here. I wonder if it keeps me. Just gotta keep my face in the crosshairs. Here we are. Okay, so I'm back. How much better or worse was just human detection versus one area plus human detection? That's the two different scenarios you just saw. All right, here's the same test with the Sony. I have the mic on top, so the audio's gonna be better. Ignore the better audio. Same test, 1/50th a second. This lens only opens up to f2.8, so less shallow, but less light. And ISO isn't bouncing all over the place. Here we go, same walk. Actually, perfect, but I got a little soft there for a second, but much better. Keep myself right in the middle. Watch myself. I got my son down there. Say hi, Easton.
Hi!
He's with me doing these tests. So, yep, f2.8. It's got my face. It keeps, so interesting, it keeps losing my eye, so the eye detect can't tell. Right here, look at it, it's actually struggling a little bit. I didn't expect this. Okay. So here we are. Now I'm coming into the street light. It has my face, but no eye yet. No eye detection. There, just picked up eye again. Okay, I think that's good enough. We can do it right here. Say hi, buddy.
Hi!
All right, let's turn around now. You ready? Okay, backlit again. The same backlit street. Right here. It's got my eye still, so that's doing better here. So this is already way better than the Panasonic. It did lose me though, so it's not perfect. It does have a soul. It is human in some extent. Okay, again now the backlit test, no problem whatsoever. It looks like it did okay. I'm picking up light from the street light over here. And I'm gonna go back up my driveway. This is where I think the Panasonic struggled here again a little bit. Again, it's backlit, there's very little light. I mean, here's the thing, right? It's blinking, it's at maximum ISO. It's telling me, hey, I need more ISO to expose properly. And it doesn't have it available, just not enough light. I mean, this is actually kind of a silly test. I'll talk about this when I put this video together. And I'm back in lighting here, and we're fine. So, okay, that's the test.